I wanted to read something here about Kawhi Leonard, and this comes from Bleacher Report, and this is Ken Berger. Ken Berger writing about the possibility of maybe LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard getting together. Now, the final moving part, according to Ken Berger, would be the Spurs, the franchise that's had a stranglehold on modern-day NBA greatness until the Warriors came along. Are R.C. Buford and Greg Popovich going to gift-wrap their franchise player and send him to the Lakers, of all places? Is Popovich going to stand idly by while the evil empire in Hollywood builds the next NBA super team at the Spurs' expense? And then he ends his column by saying, don't bet on it. Yeah, I'm right there with him. What am I getting from the Lakers where I go, okay, I'm going to give up one of the top 10 players in the NBA, maybe even higher than that when he's healthy. But Kawhi Leonard, reportedly, nobody's heard from the guy. He's there's this Sphinx type feel to him. He's an enigma. Like Kawhi Leonard. Has anybody heard Kawhi Leonard interviewed? I haven't. Not once. And then even when he was working out in New York, I never saw TMZ stalking him, waiting for him to come out. All of this, it's just a big mystery here with Kawhi Leonard. But if I'm the Lakers, what am I giving up? I'm going to get Kawhi Leonard. What am I giving up? Am I assured that Paul George is coming here? And if LeBron goes there? Now, do you have to give up something for LeBron James? So we can look at this and go, this is our fantasy team and we're building it. But you have to deal with the reality of, are the Spurs going to say, here's Kawhi, give us Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, and a draft pick? Well, you're gonna lose Kawhi anyway, so we're going to give you something in return. First of all, how long would Greg Popovich last with LeVar Ball hovering over Lonzo Ball? A day? And at this age? No, not going to happen. Can't see that. Brandon Ingram's a nice player. I just can't see the Spurs going, yep, all right, here you go, Los Angeles. Hey, Magic, we're gonna gift wrap this for you. Cavs are going to be interested. Celtics interested. Knicks are going to be interested. And why wouldn't you be? Everybody's going to kick the tires on this and just say, all right, what's it going to cost us? We know we're going to have to spend $200 million on this guy. Man, I'd want to know where his head is. I want to know if he can handle all of this stuff. Can you be the man? Because eventually LeBron retires, or eventually you take over if that's the case, if you're going to be on the same team with LeBron. Because Kawhi would have ascended to the throne before Paul George would. Now, can you handle all of this? Where you're interviewed constantly? It's Los Angeles. San Antonio, you can hide. The media's not going to find you. They don't make you available. But there's no way that I look at this and say San Antonio is just going to say, Lakers, we want you to be able to compete with the Golden State Warriors. We're not able to. Here you go. Yeah, Paul.
Taking the West teams out of it, if you were Greg Popovich and management, would you trade Kawhi? He's never played 75 games. He's disgruntled and injured, and he still has a truckload of value right now. I'm talking about trading him to the East. If you were Popovich, what would you want?
I would not have him in the Western Conference.
No, but would you trade him or try to keep him and rehab his situation?
He doesn't want to stay there. So I don't know if you have a choice in that. It feels like he's made up his mind and, this is beyond repairable, and now you're going to trade him. But I would look and see. Celtics have a lot of young talent there. I'd certainly, knock on the door and say, if you're interested, this is what, we want in return, and we're going to start with Jason Tatum and then see if they get your attention. Yes, McLovin.
I still feel like Luka Doncic or a top pick is such a no-brainer for Popovich. Start over because he can move so fast and get guys into his system. DeJounte Murray, people love this kid.
Okay, but where's he sending him to? He's going to send him to Sacramento for the number 2 pick overall?
Or, Atlanta or Memphis or one of these teams sort of punish Kawhi in one step and get a high pick instead of even a Jaylen Brown. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but do you realize how long it took Kawhi Leonard to be Kawhi Leonard? It took 4 years. Nobody knew who he was.
Well, maybe some of these other guys are farther along.
Yeah, I think everybody just ran with it like, okay, he wants out, maybe goes to the Clippers. Even then, we're coming up with trade scenarios there. But you got a coach in San Antonio, Greg Popovich, who's going to be 70. How long is he going to stay? And Are you more likely or less likely, depending on what you get, to stay? Because he might look at this and go, I don't want to put up with this anymore. But I think this is the first time we got to see that there was stuff going on in San Antonio that we had never heard of before, just like New England with the Patriots, that there's stuff going on. And then all of a sudden you hear, hey, it's not fun to play there. I'm going to guess it wasn't fun to play in San Antonio, but it was fun to win championships there. Same with New England. And you have a difficult coach, brilliant coach, great front office. You have star players. They play well, big stage. And then everything seems to be great. It's the Patriot way. It's the Spur way. And then all of a sudden you realize they're a lot like all these other teams. It's just they win. They win a whole lot more.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.